Sylvester Stallone is one of the most famous action stars in history, but his journey to success was far more difficult than most people realize. Long before Rocky, Rambo, and Hollywood fame, Stallone was a struggling young man who seemed destined to fail. His story is one of determination, resilience, and refusing to give up when the world says no. Sylvester Stallone was born in New York City in 1946. From the moment he entered the world, life presented him with challenges. During his birth, complications damaged nerves in his face. As a result, part of his face became partially paralyzed, giving him the distinctive slurred speech and facial expression that would later become his trademark. As a child, however, these features often made him the target of ridicule. His family life was difficult. His parents had a troubled relationship that eventually ended in divorce. Growing up, Stallone often felt lost and disconnected. He struggled in school, got into trouble frequently, and was expelled from several institutions. Many teachers and classmates believed he would never achieve anything significant. Despite these obstacles, Stallone developed a passion for storytelling and acting. Movies became an escape from the difficulties of everyday life. He dreamed of becoming an actor, but the dream seemed almost impossible. He lacked connections, money, and the traditional appearance that Hollywood preferred. Even so, he refused to abandon his goal. In the early 1970s, Stallone moved to New York and later Los Angeles to pursue acting. Those years were incredibly difficult. He attended countless auditions, but faced rejection after rejection. Casting directors often dismissed him because of his speech and appearance. He struggled financially and lived in tiny apartments. At times, he barely had enough money to eat. One of the lowest moments of his life came when he was nearly broke. He reportedly had only a few dollars left and was desperate for work. To survive, he took small acting jobs and odd opportunities whenever they appeared. Many people in his situation would have given up and returned to a more stable life. Stallone chose a different path. Everything changed in 1975 when he watched a boxing match between heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali and underdog Chuck Wepner. Wepner was expected to lose badly, but he fought with incredible heart and determination. Inspired by the event, Stallone rushed home and began writing a screenplay. Over the next few days, he poured all his emotions, frustrations, and hopes into a story about an unknown boxer named Rocky Balboa. The script was extraordinary. Movie producers quickly became interested and offered to buy it. For Stallone, this should have been the breakthrough he needed. However, there was one problem. The producers wanted the script but did not want Stallone to play the lead role. They preferred an established star. Most struggling actors would have accepted the money immediately. Stallone desperately needed it. Yet he believed Rocky was his story and that he had to play the character himself. He repeatedly refused offers, even though doing so meant continuing to struggle financially. Finally, the producers agreed to let him star in the film. Rocky was released in 1976 and became a worldwide sensation. Audiences connected with the story of an underdog who refused to quit. The film earned multiple Academy Award nominations and won Best Picture. Overnight, Sylvester Stallone transformed from an unknown actor into one of Hollywood's brightest stars. But success did not stop there. Stallone continued building the Rocky franchise into one of the most beloved sports movie series ever created. Then he introduced another legendary character, John Rambo. Through films like First Blood, Rambo became one of the defining action heroes of the 1980s. Throughout the next 2 decades, Stallone dominated action cinema. Movies such as Rambo, First Blood Part E, Cobra, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, and The Specialist made him one of the highest-paid actors in the world. His name became synonymous with toughness, perseverance, and determination. However, like many long careers, Stallone experienced setbacks. Some films failed, critics questioned his relevance, and younger stars began to dominate the industry. Many observers believed his greatest years were behind him. Yet once again, Stallone demonstrated the quality that had defined his life from the beginning: persistence. In 2006, he surprised audiences by returning as Rocky Balboa. The film was successful and reminded people why they loved the character. Later, he launched the Expendables franchise, bringing together many of the biggest action stars in history. He also earned critical acclaim for Creed, where he returned as Rocky in a mentor role and received major award nominations. What makes Stallone's story so inspiring is not merely his fame or fortune. It is the fact that he succeeded despite overwhelming odds. He was told he looked wrong, sounded wrong, and lacked the qualities needed for stardom. Yet the very characteristics that others criticized eventually made him unique. Today, Sylvester Stallone stands as a symbol of perseverance. His life proves that success often belongs not to the most talented or fortunate person, but to the one who refuses to quit. From a struggling actor with almost nothing to one of the most recognizable faces in entertainment history, Stallone's journey remains one of Hollywood's greatest underdog stories.